The Hartley Show is an entertainment program and does not own any of the copyrighted material featured in this episode. All copyrighted material featured will be used as fair use for the purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, and/or research. Taki taki.
It was really quite frightening. That's when I realized that I think they were trying to kill me.
Oh, yeah. So today on The Hartley Show, I'm going to be talking to Paul Anthony of course, The Flash, Roy G. Bigelow himself, or the Rainbow Raider, or Prism.
When I turned those people against each other, it made you angry. Have some real anger.
Stick around. Well, first off, huge thanks for being here. I really, truly appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So I got to ask off the bat, as being Roy G. Bigelow, the Rainbow Raider, Prism, has it changed anything for you?
Not really yet. I loved working on it, and
you were fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's a great show. Everyone is so passionate. Like everyone that works on it is so knowledgeable, and they love the show. So it's a really cool environment to be part of.
So you haven't got like throngs of emails or tweets from nerdy fans like me yet?
Yeah, a couple.
A couple.
Yeah.
Anybody asking to have your baby? Nothing crazy
No,
yet?
nothing too crazy.
Well, gosh, I guess it'll happen soon. Because you
One can hope.
haven't done any conventions or anything yet, eh?
No.
That whole world's just going to open up for you like mad.
I'd love to. Yeah, no, I would love to. So, yeah.
So, well, I guess I should just ask you a few questions about film of The Flash there.
Sure.
How long did that whole episode film? Was it a week or so?
Yeah, I think I was in there about 5-6 days, including some visual effects. Yeah.
Right. And anything about the experience that was extra cool? How was it working with Grant Gustin?
He's a great guy. I really like Grant, and he made me feel quite welcome.
Right on.
And yeah, fantastic. Glenn Winter was our director. He was a cinematographer turned director, and very visual, and the shots that he'd want to pull off in a very short period of time, like extremely ambitious, and it all worked out. Like he's really talented, and his episodes are fantastic. I think.
Yeah, I'm loving The Flash. I was really surprised, actually, that your character ended up being who he was, until they mentioned the name Roy G. Bigelow, being a super Flash fan. I kept on thinking you were going to be the psycho pirate, a guy who controls people's emotions. But when they actually turned it into the Rainbow Raider, I thought it was a really unique, cool take on the Rainbow Raider or Prism. And I was also really surprised at how many people didn't pick up on the Roy G. Biv part of Roy G. Bigelow.
Right.
I thought it was pretty obvious, but it was cool to see that that was actually over some people's heads, like Troy Rudolph from our show, for instance. He's usually
What
the guy
an
who corrects
idiot.
me on things.
He's not here. He's figuring it out right now.
He's a wonderful idiot, though. He's our wonderful idiot.
Everyone's got to have one.
Or two,
And if
or
you
three.
don't think you have one, you're the idiot.
Well, I kind of own the idiot thing a little bit. So, have you had much contact with DC? Have you? Well, I guess I don't need to over-ask the question.
No, I haven't. I've read stuff. I'm interested, but no, I haven't had. I hope they liked me.
I'm sure they did. I mean, the highest-rated CW show of all time. How could they not like you?
Come on, DC.
So nothing yet, eh?
No.
Well, DC, here he is. He's a wonderful guy. So, well, let's talk about other stuff then. I mean, you've been in a lot of stuff in town. You've actually been in a fair amount of sci-fi too, right? From what I recall, it was you've been in Dark Angel, Stargate. You didn't do Battlestar Galactica, did you?
No.
Where were you in Dark Angel?
Dark Angel. That was actually my very first gig out of theater school. So it was a very quick part. I didn't even look at it till I was putting together a reel for something else, and I went back and looked at it just like a couple weeks ago. That was a really interesting one because it was my first gig out of school, so I had like 4 lines or something,
Right.
and I was wearing a hazmat suit, and I'm running in and telling someone that the whole place is about to burn down, but I couldn't hear action because of the suit,
Right.
and I also could not like see my line, like peripherally, you know.
Right, right.
So so I just run in and just completely miss my mark, like every time until they put down a bunch of sandbags.
Right.
So I
Just to stop your
literally
feet.
just would run until like I hit sandbags.
That's awesome.
And then I was like, rah, 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 rah.
Did they have the whole fan thing going on? Was it like the proper hazmat that was recirculating air?
No, I don't remember. I think they had to, for sound issues, it was
Right, so you're probably
puffy.
fogging up too, right? I've done the hazmat thing a few times, on the 100 for that matter. And so you were also on Stargate Atlantis, is that right?
But I did SG-1 and Atlantis,
SG-1 as
yeah.
well? Playing the same character?
No, SG-1 I was a slave, and we were. Oh, I don't want to give anything away. Spoiler.
Well, I think you probably passed the time date on it.
Look it up.
And of course, you were mentioning that you're in Tomorrowland. This is the George Clooney thing coming up, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it, so can you tell me a little bit about that?
I
What do you
can't.
do?
I can't tell you anything.
You can't tell me anything?
No, it's it really is extremely.
Right, right.
Like when I went to go pick up my lines, you know, I had to go into the studio to get them. You know, you show your ID, the whole thing, and then literally they opened a vault. Like literally went.
Awesome.
Came up with just one-page dialogue, and on a red piece of paper with my name like embroidered, like burned into the background, and yeah, it literally came out of a vault. But I think from what I saw and read, I really think it'll be an instant classic. Brad Bird's a genius.
Right, right.
From everything, the cinematographer Claudio Miranda, he just won the Oscar for Life of Pi when we started shooting. He shot like Fight Club, blah blah blah. You know, Jeffrey Kurland was the costume designer. He did like all Woody Allen's old movies, and
Oh, wow. Jeez.
did Inception and Revenge of the Nerds to bring it back
Nice, nice.
to where we are today. I really do believe that this time and place is the real Revenge of the Nerds.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Because there's nothing cooler than being a nerd now.
There
and
really
you wouldn't
isn't.
have guessed that.
Agreed. Well, I guess I always kind of hoped it, but I wouldn't have guessed
Well,
it.
yeah,
You know?
you hope, but yeah, because I mean, all the nerds have grown up to be the smartest, most interesting people
Right,
doing
right.
like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so the premise of Tomorrowland, could you tell us about that? Time travel or something?
Yeah, I can't even really like I'm trying to remember what is officially out there.
Right, right.
And so
Well, fair enough.
I can't really
I
say
wouldn't want to
anything.
cross that line either.
Yeah, like I think I signed 4 or 5 confidentially, you know.
The guys with
like-
guns over your shoulders.
And they were all the same. I'm like, I just signed this. They're like, sign it again. I'm like, is it better to have 5 of them?
And this time, bleed while you're doing it.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying nothing.
A release date?
I think it's May 15th.
Oh,
That's
so
what sticks in my mind.
right around the corner. It's
Yeah.
not that far off.
And I believe, oh man, I can't. I don't think I'm not. I don't know what I'm. So I don't know.
Big part, small part?
It's a small part. You know, I have one good scene.
Right,
It's
right.
a good scene.
It felt
with a
juicy?
beginning, middle, and end.
You had something you could bite your teeth into? Sink your teeth into? Bite your
Yeah.
teeth into?
You know, in the whole scheme of things, it's small, but it's a nice scene.
So I'll also ask you about the Soska Sisters. You worked
Oh,
with them
yeah.
as well. Yeah, American Mary and...
Vendetta.
Vendetta.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
The wrestling movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Barry was a stunt guy in that, right?
Ah, nice. They're awesome.
Fantastic, fantastic. Have you done much of the Boys in Blue or paramedics?
No, people don't see me as someone who can have a job. I'm always a crazy person.
But of course, that leads me into Talent Time.
Right.
You've got a job. You've had it now for 7 seasons, 7 years?
Yeah.
And this is, of course, Talent Time. That's on Shaw and Novus. Now, people in the Lower Mainland here, they understand what Shaw is. Novus, what's the reach of Novus?
It's just much smaller. They have it's just basically the downtown core.
Okay, so it is a downtown Vancouver thing. Got you. And of course, Talent Time is a variety show where, I mean, it's a true variety show. You bring on singers, dancers, wrestlers. I was there at the time, of course. You got a concussion with Scotty Mack. Was it Scotty Mack who hit you or the other guy?
It was a whole. It was
Everybody
just a
was
blur of violence.
So can you talk about Talent Time a little bit?
No, actually, that's very. No, yeah.
Some guys made you sign contracts.
Myself. Yeah, you know, it's a old school variety show with a focus on novelty entertainment and comedy. So it's acts that I would want to see.
Right.
I go out and search talent shows and weird. You go to malls and faraway places to find like a 4-year-old tap dancer in a purple sequenced outfit tapping to Prince, and you're like, what? This is insane, or whatever. The old folks, you know, barbershop quartet and stuff, and it's just stuff that I feel is entertaining and really underrepresented.
And clearly, you have a passion for finding these guys. I mean, you've been on the air. I mean, you put out how many shows a year?
So we do like 10 a year, so whatever.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought there was a lot more than that. Because you film quite frequently, yeah?
Yeah, well, we do the live show once a month, but we take the summer off generally.
Oh, I see.
But there has been some clip shows, so we've done more than our share.
Right, gotcha. So is that to say then that you actually produce more shows at the Biltmore than you film, or they're all filmed, are they not?
They're all filmed, and we're now at the Rio. We have been since September.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we have an actual theater now.
Right.
A real set.
Fantastic.
And yeah.
Gotta love the Rio.
It's great. I mean, I liked doing it in a bar before because I thought, you know, you're drinking a beer and then all of a sudden there's a marching band in your face. There's something like that I just
you could drink at the Rio now, right?
You drink at the Rio too, yeah. They actually come around with drinks on trays.
That's classy.
Yeah. And because of their license, it's split, so we can have all ages in the balcony.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then have people who want to drink on the main floor, and it's separated.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Makes me think of the old days when they would come around with cigars and cigarettes too.
It's the exact same thing, except Twizzlers and beers.
Popcorn.
But you can pretend they're cigarettes.
So I have to ask, if you had to choose one thing, if some omniscient being, omnipotent being came before you like a genie and said, Paul Anthony, you must choose one thing for the rest of your life, acting or talent time, which I guess includes some level of acting.
Right.
What's the dude's name?
Ryan Beal, who's my co-host.
The Fukovsky character.
Oh, Hugh Fukovsky. Yeah. He's currently in a coma. Randy Quaid knocked him into a coma with a bat, May 2011. So he's still in a coma.
2011, wow.
Yeah.
So do you cut to him periodically?
Oh, no. Just him. Like, it's a great idea. Man. Damn it, but haven't.
You can have it, man.
Thanks.
But if you had to choose one or the other?
Acting. I love it. I feel like I have more talent for that than anything else. And also, talent time, like with acting, you're kind of relying on other people to hire you.
I guess so.
With talent time, I can do it by myself on the corner if I want.
You're not sure if they're going to bring you back or not yet, right?
Right. But you guys want to see Chroma, R.G. Bivolo. You want to see him back.
Did they call him Chroma? Was that the name of him?
Well, it was Prism, but now it's Chroma. You know what I mean?
So what was the name they went with in the end?
I believe it's Chroma.
Chroma. Okay.
But, I mean, it's Bivolo. Bivolo's is a God-given name. So
R.G. Bivolo.
I think it's Bivolo for sure.
It was, I think, the first time in The Flash where they had a moment at the end where they were sort of like fighting over the name. Like Rainbow Raider. And he said Prism or?
Yeah, he does say Prism.
Right.
But then, in the credits in IMDb, they changed it to Chroma. So.
Oh, weird. Huh.
Where on my sign-out sheets it was Prism. So.
Right. Well, in the whole episode, I mean, of course, Rainbow Raider, Roy G. Bivolo, it implies lots of colors.
Right.
So that was the one part that was missing. We only saw one color from Roy G. Bivolo.
That's why they need to bring back the Biv, because there's so many more colors.
I mean, you remember the Rogues, man. There's a whole cast of guys you got to hang out with now.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I recall, the Rainbow Raider he was never one of the primary members of the Rogues Gallery.
Right.
That was Captain Cold, Heatwave, the Weather Wizard,
Right.
the Top, and like the Golden Glider.
But you need your little weirdos on the side.
Yeah,
doing stuff.
he was part of the group overall. He just wasn't one of those core guys. And I mean, fair enough. He was the Rainbow Raider. He's sort of this weird character in the fringes, this weirdo who was colorblind, an artist dude whose dad gave him the glasses and all that were supposed to give him the ability to see in color, as you well know, but they gave him the ability to ride on rainbows and shoot beams of energy out of his eyes. And
yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more in there, and there was in the script originally. There was a lot more of him in there. I think I can say that. And but the episode quickly became about Arrow and the Flash. So they really streamlined that storyline. So the hope is that's still a story that they want to tell.
Gotcha. Nice.
But it'll come out in a different way.
So were there more uses of his abilities other than just the red? The making people angry thing? Fantastic. I gotta say, one of the things that thrilled me so much was that once the character was introduced, you know, right out the gates of the episode of he makes people fight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, perfect trope.
Yeah.
Arrow
Yeah,
and Flash
that's
are gonna
great,
fight, man.
Right. And that's that was interesting because my character can bring that out in people that wouldn't normally be that way. So you get to see the Flash and Arrow.
And it's
fight.
one of those perfect things.
Right?
I mean, it's the classic cheesy thing in comics. Heroes meet, have misunderstanding, have wicked fight, but you know, coming up with a way to have them have the misunderstanding and fight. It kind of works better when there's somebody controlling one of the two. So that was really perfect. Man.
I think so too, and I think there's a lot more opportunities for that. To come in and really, you know, right when you know someone, or it also for the people that think that the Flash is a bad guy or somehow bad for, you know, for the Central City, it's great to have him acting that way at certain times.
Yeah. That whole thing with Eddie
Thawne
being completely turned against the Flash was brilliant, man.
Right.
Brilliant.
And I think if people get too comfortable with the Flash, then they need Bivolo to come back and turn things on their side.
So now you had mentioned you did a bit of research when you when you got your character. Did you go out and do research, or was there stuff provided to you? Did DC provide you comics or anything like that?
Nope, I did it myself because I am a good actor. I mean, good actor, not necessarily.
So I guess Wikipedia was your buddy on that one, huh?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff online, and I knew that they weren't, before my costume fitting, I wasn't quite sure how they were going, because as I looked at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, rainbows do mean something a little different now, and like how, you know, how's this gonna work? But their whole thing is they want the metahumans to blend in, and that, you know, walking down the street you wouldn't go, oh. And if I was wearing a rainbow suit and flying on
the rainbow onesie,
they'd be like, someone would be like, something's up. So I think it works for Central City that, and the costume designer, we had talks. I thought it was really smart. The whole, it was little Warhol-ian, the black mock turtleneck, and kind of the coat, and so that being kind of New York artist kind of thing. That was kind of the...
Of course, because he was a struggling artist that could only paint in black and white. Right. How did I not remember that part?
Well, it's okay. That's what I'm here for.
I can't not do this. Of course, as a massive Flash fan, I brought by my copy of the original appearance of... Although I guess it's sort of almost not the original appearance of the Rainbow Raider, because I was a poor kid.
Right.
Sometimes I had to buy the Whitman comics. The DC would reproduce these. Whitman had this license to package DC comics in a cheaper, like multi-bagged format, and of course, no DC logo, no number, right where the number of the comic would be.
This is actually my first Flash comic book that I'm signing as a Rainbow Raider, and hopefully not my last. So you get the first.
That's quite the thrill.
Now, since you said the cheesy and the thing, the thumb, I had to give you a cheesy slogan. There is a hero in all of us.
Well done. So, of course, don't forget to check out Talent Time the first Thursday of every month, but not this upcoming January, at the Rio Theater here in Vancouver itself. Once again, thank you so much for your time.
It'll be January 8th this time because of the whole, but it'll be in January, don't worry.
Go there, drink some beer, enjoy the stylings of Talent Time.